span wat aangevoerd wordt door de jong Cheese van Tonner. 2 keer per jaar dat in Zuidwest gespeeld. Op die 12 april dit jaar de competitie gewin met 41-13. En op die 11 juni in die Currie was het windhoek 18-15. Nou kyk ons naar die Zuidwesters. Wat aangevoerd wordt door Gerard Mans. En hij en Wally Clark is verantwoordelijk voor 9 van die 18 drieën wat Zuidwest hierdie seisoen gedruk het. Wat het kenmerk is van die hardloopsoort rugby wat Zuidwest-Afrika speel. En ons sien daarna uit dat hulle hierdie vertoning van hulle gaan voortsit vanmiddag. En nou vir kommentaar.
In our summer last season, he was over for some of the Five Nations Championship games, and you can see there perhaps that his right leg is quite heavily strapped because he pulled a hamstring, and the game is started by McCulley. But a little bit strong, perhaps the adrenaline pumping a bit too much there by Sean McCulley. Garthright waits and probably going to get a feed from Deval Nakhreni. He's heavily tackled there by Barnard. Berry. And finally it's Chuter who doesn't find touch. Gerard Mans with the left foot. He's hit it very well. It's looking good, but just to the left of the upright. In fact, a very good
Moeten proberen.
Hendrik Chuter with the kick-off. Herman van Heerden with a boot. Winterbottom. Van Heerden. Good drive by Transvaal as in comes Cheese van Tonda. Right. De Haas. Berry. Oh, Wilberhorse. Pretorius. Rama. Chance for Hendrik Chuter. He's got support on the inside. He's going very well. He's very elusive and strong. But the pass just going to go. And the referee's given the try as Marty Berry dives over.
1 minuut 42 secondes van de eerste helft. Het is baie goed vir Transvaal.
It's the French as we see it again. Now watch how the ball goes beautifully down the line from Peter de Haas. There's Marty Berry, and watch how he supports so well. Yanni Pretorius getting it away well. Hempus Rademacher. And now watch how Hendrik Chuter still had an awful lot of work to do. He just dummied inside, and he's very strong as this big Grootstad fullback. And Marty Berry coming through very quickly and making the try.
Doelskop deur Tutor van baie naby die oorkantste kantlyn. 4 meter van die oorkantste kantlyn. En hy stuur hom links verby met Transvaal dan binne 2.
Oh, Hendrik Chuter, who has scored so many end cameras. Chuter is now in possession. Marty Berry coming through. It's a very good pickup because this ball did go to ground. As Chuter gets it, he's passed in well, trying to find Hempus Rademacher there, but Marty Berry with good support. Springbok scrum half. High goes Visa, but can't take it in. A pressure coming from the 2 Southwest African loose forwards there. As Wilberhorse works it back to Rademacher. De Haas. And Transvaal certainly going to open it up. Visa, he's got support with him. He must look for it. He's got support in the form of De Haas. Berry has tackled, but the referee has blown for the forward pass.
Ja, baie duidelike vorm de ingee. Ongelukkig uit het skaal sal trek. 4 geweldige swaar voorrymanne.
Good solid scrum by Southwest Africa. McCulley there is nicely out to Van der Merwe, coming through very quickly as Clark. Buitendag. McCulley. Van der Merwe going very well. Mans with the ball. Mans has got a chance here. And he darts inside, beautifully inside Hendrik Chuter. 4 points for Southwest Africa.
Gerard Mans se 6de Currie-beker.
And here we see it again. McCulley out there through the hands. Very quickly comes Lotta through. Watch how Southwest Africa get this ball back from the loose scrum. Very well there. The loose forwards first to the point of breakdown. It's Barnard who feeds it back to Buitendag. Buitendag just missing out on Bierkus there. Well taken by McCulley. And it's Andre Stoop in the line. He read the game very well. And here that sets Gerard Mans free. Now watch Mans going inside, outside. Sits Hendrik Chuter. All at sea is Hendrik Chuter just committed himself a little bit early. And a good try by the Southwest African captain.
Wat reeds En Currie rugby hierdie seisoen 127 punte aangeteken het. Net tweede na Kalla Scholes, maak dit 129 en Suidwes neem die voortou. 6-4 na 8,5 minute.
Here we see it as Southwest African get the ball from that second phase. Buitendag switching the play very nicely. Good catch by McCulley. Now Stuart comes into the line. That's really an important play by a fullback. And Muntz has got a lot of room. He's got support on the outside. And watch Tuta just going a little too far. And Gerard Muntz goes in. Ten meters outside the Transvaal 22. High, there goes Van der Merwe. Good driving by Southwest Africa as Winterbottom tries to get a hand to the ball, but Southwest Africa controlling it nicely. Buitendag, McCulley, Lotta coming through. There is Muntz. He's tackled by Wilberholzer. No, it wasn't Wilberholzer. In fact, it was Cheese van Tonder. But
in sy Currie wedstryde. En McCulley op 127. Hy het reeds die 3 van Mans verdoel. Sy span loop voor met 6 punte teenoor 4. En het gewichtsvoordeel hier na 14 minute. Eintlik het Transvaal nog net 1 keer binne Suidweste kwartgebied gekom en dit is toe hulle die 3 gedruk het. En hy suiwer deur die pale om Suidwes-Afrika nog verder te laat voorloop met 9 punte teenoor 4.
To the Haas. Coming through fast is Berry, and there was a high tackle there by the tight head flank, Willem Maritz. The referee very quick to call Willem Maritz up, and he's just having a little word with him. So there we see Marty Berry coming through very quickly, and there it is, just a dangerous tackle.
En toen was het Mans wat onder die palen aangeslaan het, en vroeger dan die strafskop van hom wat die reg op paal getref het. Transvaal wat die afgelope tyd beheer van die spel begin kry het, gebiedsvoordeel geniet, asof daar meer ritme in hulle spel gekom het, en die Suidwesters minder hardloopkans gee, en vooral die Transvaalse agterlyn lyk baie goed wanneer hulle besit kry. Victor maak hierdie keer geen fout meer om die telling 9-7 te maak na 24 minute in die 11de.
It'll be Sean McCulley with the kick-off. It looks as if he's going to go for a deep one. Backfoot is Peter de Haas. Peter de Haas, I don't think he'll be quite too happy with that one, as it just came off the side of his boot, slicing it rather badly, and so play will be inside the Transvaal 22, about 10 long to the scrum half, and then coming through very quickly with Sean McCulley. Right, he's scragged by both Buitendag and Barnard was in possession, and there is Gisaro Lospa who's going over. Well, let's watch as Garth Wright's has made it absolute misery. Very quick to pick it up was Barnard, and then feeding it out nicely there as Sean McCulley played it back to Saro Lospa, and the big number 8. Nothing will stop that.
Foute begaan met die skop by pale toe hierdie seisoen. En alle eerste rangse rugby het 'n gemiddelde van 12,5 punte per wedstryd. Een goed getref, maar ongelukkig vir Suidwes-Afrika hierdie keer is hy nie daar nie. En Suidwes-Afrika neem dan die voortou nog.
Sarah van der Merwe, de bal naar Currie. In front of him bending down is Barnard, the Southwest African flank. High goes Losper, through goes Winterbottom. He lays it back nicely right. Berry, Wilberholzer, Rademan nicely out to Hendrik Tuta. Across comes Van der Merwe, but he can't tackle him. Inside nicely to Wilberholzer. And eventually just a Southwest African wild boot getting the signals right. High again goes Nafrini. Losper competing for the ball. Garth Wright is hindered as the ball came out on the Transvaal side. And
Treter 'n uitstekende wedstryd tot dusver. Hy het met een skop geslaag. En daar is sy tweede een om die telling 13-10 te maak na 34-35 minute in die eerste helft.
Nice high hanging kick. The two locks are there, well taken by Maritz for Southwest Africa. Worked out by Bjerkes. Nicely worked there to Buitendijk. McCulley, Lotta, a difficult pass, well taken. Straight into the hands of Hepus Rademacher. Winterbottom feeding it to Andre Stoop. Van der Merwe, a long one out to Muntz. He's got a little bit of room and he's got support on the inside. It comes in the form of Buitendijk, nicely into Barnard. Through goes Narkis Nokia. Through again Barnard, nicely in support once again. And Buitendijk is tackled by Nafrini. And it's a head-high tackle, the penalty right in front of the Transvaal poles.
Na daardie hoogvat en my strafskop aan Suid-Afrika. 'n Wedstryd wat nog lank nie deur enige van hierdie twee spanne gewen of verloor is nie. Suidwes net 13-10 voor, kort voor rustyd. En nou is dit 16-10 en 'n wyse besluit van Suid-Afrika uit hulle oogpunt beskou om die strafskop te benut en nie 'n tikskoppie te doen.
Buitendijk getting attention from Garth Wright, a difficult one for McCulley. Lotta, Van der Merwe. Nice dummy by Van der Merwe, nice little run this is by him to Maritz, over to Stoop. He's working it back to Maritz again. These two flanks are working very well for Southwest Africa. Buitendijk goes in, but a penalty to Transvaal for playing the ball on the ground.
'n Skoon wedstryd met volop agterlynbewegings en dis veral die samespel van Suid-Afrika wat beïndruk. Soveel minder spelers waar hulle kan kies. Hulle het baie minder spelers gebruik ook hierdie seisoen as Transvaal wat hulle 'n stuk of 46 spelers moes gebruik. Amper 3 rugby spanne hierdie seisoen as gevolg van beserings, vertrekke van spelers, griep die afgelope week. En nou is dit Treter net 2 passies vorentoe, waar hy stuur vir hom regs verby en telling bly 16 punte teenoor 10 met rustyd wat aanbreek.
Buitendijk on the short side. A good little chip by him. Shooter with a lot of pressure from Muntz, unable to get it in. Winterbottom is there. Shooter manages to tap it back to De Haas. But there was a knock-on by Southwest Africa, no advantage. Transvaal scrum.
Jy laat hierdie Pieter De Haas jou nie so van 'n afstand af nogal dink aan Lee Barnard nie. Sy swart hare, die manier van staan en loop ook vir Transvaal rugby gespeel.
Yes, he does look a lot like Lee. Once again, the Transvaal scrum wheeling. Winterbottom and Nafrini trying to work it back. They'll do so right under a lot of pressure. Gets it back to De Haas. He's also under a lot of pressure. Is the referee going to call him back from a knock-on? No. De Haas does well to get his kick in. Rademacher. He's got support on the outside from Hendrik Shooter. Across comes Van der Merwe. Shooter doing well to get his pass in. Berry is there. Weberholz is there. Berry going ahead. Nicely out to Shooter. To Garth Wright. Garth Wright will go under the poles.
Druk sy 6de eerste ringse 3 van Jan. Hy het miskien die bal reg het grond toe laat val en feitelik van hulle doellyn af as dit Transvaal. Daar val hy grond toe, baie moeilik om te sê, heel waarskynlik reg het af grond toe, dus nie aanslaan nie. En van daar af het hy sy skoppie ingekry en hierdie pragtige 3 deur Transvaal.
Well, that's Tempus Rademacher again with it. There's Hendrik Shooter. Now, we must watch for Hendrik Shooter because he's in this movement twice as he gets the ball. A pressure from Van der Merwe. Wilberholzer can't pick it up, but it's well picked up by Berry. He does well to get his pass in again to Tuta. And then there were a whole host of Transvaal players calling for it inside. And eventually the nippy little Springbok scrum half makes the try. 16 minutes gone in the second half. 16 points all. High goes Deval Nafrini. Gilbert Vista is going to work it down the short side. He is doing his barging support from here as he gets back with the ball back to Nafrini. Wright does well to keep that ball in play to Haas. To Winterbottom, they've got a lot of players here. Berry, Wilberholzer, the interception by Clark. Clark doing well for Southwest Africa there. Busman, Dutoy, everybody's saying he was offside, but he wasn't. It was open play. Now the referee decided otherwise. The referee decided that Dutoy was in fact had not got back far.
West-Afrika en er is dus die Transvaalers van agter hulle doelpale hierdie skop sien van Macaulay wat tot dusver 8 punte, die helfte van sy span aangeteken het. 2 strafskoppe en 'n doelskop en Mans en Losper se 3. Hy die lengte en hy die rigting en die eerste keer na lang tyd sit West-Afrika voor. 'n belangrike skop en 'n belangrike besluit deur Macaulay om wel.
Well, we hear Garth right there, 13-8-53, which is a ball for Nafrini. Visa, he'll want to get that back to right. It's difficult, but Transvaal will get the penalty.
Ja, dus in de 3/4, 60 minuten van die 80. Die spanning begin toeneem, die stryd raak al hoe warmer. Elke punt wat nou aangeteken word van die uiterste belang. En die winkie van agter en hy stuur van tussen die pale deur om die telling weer eens gelyk op te maak. 19 punte uit na 20 minute in die tweede helft.
Unaki's not here rather, with Mani Grole in front of him. Gilbert Visa can't get it, but Nokia working it back to Baitenbach, who gets it to Macaulay. Little short one there to Bimlotta, well tackled by Winterbottom. Tuta hacks it down the middle of the field, and this could be a dangerous situation. What's Andre Stewart going to do here? Tuta's coming up very quickly. Stewart has to play it. Stewart does well to get away. Marty Berry is in there. Stewart still in possession. Gets it out to Clark. Back to Stewart. To Nokia. To Baitenbach. Good work by Southwest Africans. To Macaulay. And a little bit of a mix-up, but Muntz comes away with it. Muntz still going. He gets a long one out to Maritz. And eventually it's Peter de Haas who robs Willem Maritz, but certainly great counter-attacking by the Southwest Africans. Only Marty Berry taken there by Ara van der Merwe. The drive by Southwest Africa. Baitenbach, Macaulay, van der Merwe. To Muntz. Muntz still going. Here's Muntz is going over. So there we see it as Barcy Baitenbach gets the ball to Macaulay. Now watch how this little dummy from Van der Merwe throws all the Transvaal players onto the wrong foot. Little dummy there as he darts through and then feeds Gerard Muntz, and then strong running. He's very quick, this man, as he barges through Peter de Haas's despairing tackle and the dive for glory. There we see it again, a lovely little dummy by Dani van der Merwe, who really set this try up for Gerard Muntz. He makes the opening there, held on to it just as he saw Winterbottom had Muntz covered, held on to it just for the right amount of time. Perhaps a little bit of slack tackling by the Transvaalers there, but Muntz was going at full pace and he crashes over.
Macaulay gered met die doelskop, hy het reeds 11 punte aangeteken en daar by 9 minute speeltyd oor. Wanneer Suid-Afrika die voorsprong neem nou met 25 punte teenoor 19. Hulle gaan nou Wiese gooi, hulle gaan op Nafrini gooi, hulle sal hulle tekens moet verander. Want Suid-Wes weet presies wat Transvaal gaan doen in die lyn staan.
To Haas, Berry, Wilberholzer, Rademacher, Tuta, nice pass from Rademacher. Tuta is heavily high tackle by Maritz. And that in fact is the second time that Maritz has been blown up. Well, there we see Hendrik Tuta just darting inside. There comes Maritz with the knee guard and going up high. You see a clash of heads there.
En Truder is nog niet heeltemal reg. Televisie op die scherm wat op Els Park is, waar die kyk weer ook gewys is aan die toeskouers, was hulle natuurlijk oortuig daarvan dat daar onbedoelde spel was. Telling 25-19. En een prachtige skop van Truder onder moeilijke omstandigheden. Sy vierde strafskop en hy het 12 punte uit daardie 22 van Transvaal.
To Haas. Wilberholzer. Long one out to Tuta. He's waiting for Yanni Pretorius, who doubles around, tackled by Muntz. In goes Van Lotta. Berry picks it up well, getting it back to Lawrence Wilberholzer. He's got De Haas with him. The kick ahead by Wilberholzer. In there is Narkis Nokia. But the referee laying them up. I think it was for an early tackle. That's Jeben Bierkus there, who was just back to take that kick, and I think the referee blew them up because the Transvaal tackled him before he could have. This could be the last moment of the game as Sean McCulley kicks it, and the Southwest Africans obviously knew. No, yes, the referee's whistle has gone. So Southwest Africa winning a pulsating game by 25 points, made up of 1-2 goals, a try, and a couple of penalties by McCulley.
Tunnel is leeg. Ons sal binnekort die Transvaalse span sien wat op die veld gaan verskyn. En vir die OP 'n baie besondere wedstryd vanmiddag. Dit is hulle laaste wedstryd in hulle eeu